Hi folks, I'm continuing on with the Charlier. This is Études Modernes. So this is number 12 in the book, and it's a little bit different style, as indicated maybe by the title. And it says décidé, and it's got accents, and I'll just play a little bit of it for you, and we'll see what we can find in here to improve our trumpet playing. Oops, I think that's a C sharp. So the transition. It doesn't sound right to my ear, but that's what it is. Okay, let's look at that first section. Now that's a pretty significant piece of music, and there are a lot of different styles, you might say, in it. The two main ones are this angular, syncopated, clearly articulated, rhythmic feel, and the other one is the smooth, lyrical, dolce feel. And so it's a good idea to practice those separately and see how much contrast you can make between the two. So I'll start right at the beginning, and the first thing I would work on is, if I were comfortable playing it, and I wasn't particularly comfortable, I actually wasn't managing my breath very well, but if I were feeling like, oh yeah, this is cool, I got this, then I would see how much I could make it dance with the accents. So it's just a rhythmic dance. Now, it's interesting, I'm finding that I'm trying too hard. I'm going to and I notice that a lot of my students do this. When we accent, we somehow think of the accent as having to be, you have to work harder. You have to kick it or punch it or do something extraordinary. But if you think of it, just let the air go more easily. So you're not actually pushing it harder, which is one way to get an accent, but you're, so it's yati, you know, yatita, 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 yatita. So you're using a longer bow. And that's the way, that's what works for me. That's the way I would think about it. Okay. Later on in the section, you have this dotted rhythm. And it's dotted rhythm with slurs. So he just keeps on throwing these things in there that have higher and higher levels of difficulty. That kind of sneaks up on you gradually. So don't be intimidated by that. Just, take a break and say, well, okay, what are the notes? So now I'm going to start at the mezzo forte on, what is it, the 7th line, I think. And that's where it goes into a dotted rhythm with slurs. So I'm going to play just the notes, not the rhythm. So what I'm cultivating is very simple. It's, can I maintain a smooth, even carrying of the sound as if I were just playing a single long tone with a sense of direction, with a sense of spin and a sense of direction. Now, the music gives you this sense of direction. You're going up and down through this phrase. That in itself can be a challenge. If that's a challenge for you, then take the challenge on by making it easier. And then when you start to feel like, hey, this is fun, I can do this, then you know what to do from that point going forward. Now, we haven't played the rhythm yet. So again, I'm going to break it up and go, and I have to decide what note to play it on. So let's see. So I'm just going to use a G. Since that's kind of in the middle, it makes it easier to do. So now I have the dotted rhythm, but that's not what's written on the page. What's written is actually slurs. So I'm not going ta-ta-da-ta-da, I'm going ta-ta-ta, ta-ta-ta-ta. And that, for some reason, is more difficult for some people. I'll give you a little tip. The short note always goes to the longer note. Another way of thinking about it is, you're always blowing to the strong B. So the short note leads into the longer note. Now you're maintaining that continuous blow that I did right at the beginning, but this allows you to keep the continuity of the flow, the spin in the air, without it getting too choppy. Now, to me, I can do that, and it sounds okay, but I can feel it's a little awkward. And what that is my body telling me, well, there's probably a better way to do this. And so I would work on that very specifically. I might transpose it to different keys. I might make it into a little drill for myself. But the point is, the quick note, that quick movement of the slur, that's pretty clearly what's giving me trouble. That's what I'm going to work on. And then when I come back and work on the piece again, then things are going to be a little bit easier. Okay, I think that's probably enough on the first section to keep you busy for a little while. And in the next episode, I will start at stesso tempo. And I hope to see you then. Have a good day. Enjoy your practice. Bye-bye.